Brendon McCullum has been sacked as the test coach of England. Well, this article makes a pretty big claim. England wasted 6 months before moving on from Brendon McCullum. And the delay in doing so might have just cost them Ben Stokes. Is that what actually happened? Or is there more going on in this situation? Or is it just media noise? Give me your thoughts in the comments. Brendon McCullum's attempt to transform England after 2022 went relatively successful, considering they went from struggling mightily to playing aggressive, confident cricket. But of course, as we know now, results and performances, especially overseas, became a concern. Enough so to sack. In this one, we're reacting to this article written by The Telegraph UK. Let me know your thoughts on that, or maybe don't, please. It's written from Nick Holt there. Do not come at me. These are not my thoughts. So the first thing the article writes is that Brendon McCullum's sacking was inevitable and that they should have just moved on earlier. I think that's a fair argument, right? It's all about results. They weren't getting them consistently, and Bazball was highly polarizing, which only added more fuel to the fire. Stokes wanted McCullum out after the Australia tour, but the captain denied his wish by the ECB. Supposedly, I'm reading here that Stokes actually wanted McCullum sacked after the Ashes. I think that's what a lot of people wanted too, right? Whenever I heard any pundits talking, that was the general consensus, as it would be after a Ashes loss, right? Goes on to write further, it was clear Stokes and McCullum, two alpha males who really think they are wrong, would never work happily together again. Personally, I don't read into that sort of stuff, that alpha dog and you can't coexist. That definitely does happen, but I don't think that's what's actually the key messages and what's actually gone on here. It's been 4 years. Like, yeah, there'll be some animosity, I think, but it's not like these guys couldn't coexist enough for 4 years, right? At least. So McCullum's transitioning just to be the white ball coach, which I think England are pretty happy with in that respect, because they have a decent run of results, and as I'm recording this, they just smoked India, right? So yeah, that's nothing to be changed there, but it does open up the candidate for head coach. If you have a suggestion on who the coach would be, let me know. Now, this is something that is going to upset a lot of English cricket fans, is that Rob Key remains and was backed publicly by Richard Gold on Sunday. If you don't know why that's controversial, look up England fans' thoughts on Rob Key. It's going to be even better now after this McCullum sack. Reading on here, it does say when obviously Bairstow, Broad and Anderson phased out of the team just at their age, he could not develop younger players because the series were not in place to promote good cricket under pressure. I don't know if that's what I agree with. There are always going to be some challenges after losing those types of core players and rebuilding, but it can be done. And actually, I feel like it's pretty easy, especially for England who have county cricket. New Zealand have done this. They lost Wagner, Salvi, Bolt, but we don't have any concerns about our bowling lineup, even when we have mass injuries like we did a season or two ago. So I don't know if that's McCullum's fault. I just think it's maybe a selection. But I'm not an England cricket mastermind, so if I'm wrong, please correct me. But overall, Nick Holt from The Telegraph goes on to write here that Bazball basically has run its course, and that's probably the biggest discussion point, which I don't have time for today, but you should drop it in the comments. Let's have a discussion there, right? And if you're gonna ask me for my final thoughts, Bazball wasn't a failure. It solved a problem for England, but eventually new challenges came apparent. So how do you evolve something that was built around changing the team's minds? So were England too slow to move on from Bazball in test matches, or do they just need something better? Anyway, this is a new type of video for me on this channel, and if you're interested in seeing more, leave a like, drop me a comment, and I'll see you in the next time. Peace.